You are listening to a comedy podcast brought to you by stand-up comedian Lovdev Backpack. This is a crazy little thing called Lovdev. It is episode 184. Spongebob Backpack. Guys, welcome back to this, whatever it is I'm doing. I'm going to be really quick. I need to get this episode out of the way because my house is almost complete. The renovation is nearly there. I'd say there's about 95% completion. There's only lots of touch-ups to do. Got to get the bathroom fitted in now, the downstairs one. So all the upstairs is more or less done. Loft room completed. Couple of skirting boards, cupboards where the clothes and stuff are obviously going. There's a lot of storage space in the loft room. Then I need to paint, which I've been doing. Yesterday I started painting the loft room with an undercoat because it's a freshly skimmed wall. So I'll put on fresh white emulsion matte paint. All I gotta do now is paint the small bathroom and then work my way down the landing into the kids' rooms because they have also been plastered. And then that's it, right? Little touch-ups here and there. So I'll do it slowly. I was doing it yesterday because obviously I wasn't gigging because nobody's booking me. That's what some people think. So I was doing that, and then, I've got to do it again. I'll tell you what, guys, I am not as fit as I used to be. When I say fit, I mean physically. Mentally, I'm okay, I think. I don't know. But physically, I'm getting old now, guys. Oh, man, my body's feeling it. I was thinking to myself, if this was maybe even 5 years ago, I would have done this in no time. But now I'm just taking my time. I'm having breaks. If you're wondering why builders have so many breaks, it's not because they're lazy. It's because a lot of them are old. So they've got to take regular breaks. And that's what I've been doing. So that's almost complete. And I've got to go back and do it all as soon as this episode has been recorded. I know. If only I can go back on holiday to Marrakech. That would be lovely. I've had a look, actually. Last night I was looking. I thought, let me have a look what the temperature is now. And I don't know if you got Sky News wherever you are. And Sky News, they show like a globe and they play this dramatic music. And the globe moves around and it shows you like certain parts, certain continents and the temperature in all of those countries within that continent. And I was like going, oh, here we go. It's going down to Africa, North Africa. Let's have a look. It said 33, Marrakech. I thought, blimey, we must have went there when there was a heat wave. I thought it was a normal heat, just the average heat they get in Marrakech in Morocco. I don't think it's the usual heat there. They might get a week or two of it. And yeah, we just happened to be in there. Well, funny enough, I think the UK was going through a little heat wave, a mini one, whilst I was there. So I believe all the heat travels up from North Africa into Europe, into the UK, and that's when we get a heat wave. So, I mean, yeah, it would be nice to be in Marrakech. I was going to tell you a little bit more. You know what amazes me? When you're on holiday, tour guides, they're like pigeons, aren't they? Like if you got bread on you and you see a pigeon, all right, that's what they're like. Like they know you're a tourist. As soon as they see you, they pounce on you. We went to this place in Marrakech. It was called, oh God, what was it called now? It was a the Uzoud waterfalls, something like that. We got there, we parked up. I thought, oh, it's all right. It's free as well. That's all right, isn't it? See a waterfall, that's free. ended up paying. Got pounded on by a tour guide who was a nice guy by the end of the tour. One thing about these tour guides that amazes me, they've got very good skills with camera phones. He was like, yeah, give me your phone, I'll take a couple of pictures and videos. So he did it, and he was just like, he was waving my phone in the air, he was zooming in and out, he was running around us. I thought, what's this guy doing? I think they pick it up like that. It was like a drone. He showed me the video. I thought, bloody hell, mate. This is like a drone footage of what you've done here. I was like, I need to pick up these skills, man. They'd come in handy for my comedy, wouldn't they? Imagine me filming my gig. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it, first of all, would I? If I had to film other comics' gigs, I would do what he did. I'd be running around the audience, zooming in and out, flicking my phone in the air, angling it, lowering it down, and then zooming it up. Oh, mate, you should have seen him. He was like a human drone. Talking about drones, I've been having an issue with my mobile phone, which I need to sort out. I still haven't got around to doing it. You know where the USB port gets plugged in to charge your phone? For some reason, my cable keeps falling out. Now, I can get it repaired. Just that's not the issue. The issue is them having my mobile phone and just having it for hours. I don't know how long it will take to get it fixed. I rang one company up, which is round the corner from my house. He said it takes 24 hours. I can't live without my phone for 24 hours. For me, that is an awful long time. I mean, I could be missing out on calls, gigs, probably not going to get any gigs, but, and it's just, oh God, technology is the worst, isn't it? Talking about the worst, let's go and do a topic. This one, I believe it's a bit worse than something. I don't know what it's all about. I just saw the thing. It's on Ask the UK. Let's do it.
Ask the UK.
Ask the UK. I can't remember the last time I done an Ask the UK. I've probably done it in the last episode, but I just can't remember. This one has been put up by Maleficent Second. They've got something about their son. It says 11-year-old son with autism is going to a mainstream secondary school next month. Oh, well done. I remember when my son joined secondary school. Can someone tell me what backpacks all the kids have, please? I thought this was going to be something different. It's just a normal backpack, isn't it? Maybe she's saying this because her son's got a particular bag that he loves to use. My son has got a Spongebob bag, and he gets so many looks. Honestly, I'm not even joking to you. When we go to the airport, people point, they stare, they look, they smile. It brings so many smiles onto people's faces. It's literally SpongeBob. It's a square, and then it's got like two arms hanging out, and SpongeBob's legs are dangling down. And my son's got like loads of key rings, which really go nice with the bag. It complements it. And he's always got it on his back. And he just walks around the airport. And so many, I'm not even like, I bet people think, I want that bag. One day, someone's going to nick his backpack. His SpongeBob backpack. Can't even say the word. It's too early. I got painting to do. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Secondary school, no one cares, do they? Just get a normal backpack. One that he likes. You can store his stuff. It'll be absolutely fine. I haven't finished the post, though. There's a lot more to this, because Maleficent is saying, this was never something I ever considered to be a problem. Well, it shouldn't really be. Or something that I'd ever worry about in the slightest. I went to secondary school in the 90s, so you're a similar age to me. I was popular through sports and had lovely friends. Had a good time, to be honest. My eldest son is a gorgeous, beautiful soul who is gifted at mathematics. Wow. And full marks on his SATs a few months ago, but my elderly auntie told me that her grandson had to have a certain backpack. Apparently, all the kids have it, and if they don't have it, they get bullied. I laughed at first. Her family live an hour away from me, different schools, different area. I told her, don't worry, auntie, I know what I'm doing. Ha ha ha, with a sad face or a worried face. But September is getting closer, and I find myself laying awake at night, imagining that I bought the wrong sort of backpack, like an Adidas instead of a Nike. I can't believe I'm writing this, she's put down. And I imagine all the horrible kids laughing at him, excluding him, calling him names. He's vulnerable anyway, having autism. I'm just going to stop it there. A backpack does not matter. As long as he's happy about it, who cares what the other kids think? Also, I don't think that is a really big thing. I remember, my daughter had a backpack. She had it in junior school. Then she went to secondary school and her bag changed. I don't know whether she was getting bullied or she just needed a bigger backpack, but she did change her backpack. And the one she's got now, it's massive. I don't understand how kids carry all the books and pens they've got. I picked it up. I thought, bloody hell, I'm in the gym here. It was that's how heavy it was. And do you know what? Just get a nice backpack. Take him shopping. Let him choose a backpack or have a look online. Let him choose it. Who cares what the kids think? Kids don't think about anything. Back in the 90s, we used to decorate our workbooks. Don't know if anyone remember that. We used to have like a workbook and we used to put stickers on it. We used to put graffiti on it. We'd draw on it. That was a trend. That's all we could do. We never had mobile phones in the 90s, back in the early 90s. Did we? Or 80s even. We didn't even have it then. But now it's like no one cares. I mean, back then it was great. Do you remember all that? Anyway, let's get back to Maleficent's post. So she's saying, primary school was a journey for us both. I have tears in my eyes as I'm even writing this. I think the backpack issue is probably all of my real worries and fears about secondary school, just wrapped up in a post about backpacks. But if I could find out what other kids have or want, then maybe that's one less thing to worry about. Sorry for such a... And then she ended it on such a... Oh, don't worry about it, Maleficent. You're a normal parent out there. We all worry about our kids. I've got a 14-year-old autistic boy who goes to a specialist school. He doesn't actually go to a mainstream school, but don't worry about it, man. Like I said, take him shopping, let him choose his own bag. And if someone's got an issue with it, one, they're probably jealous, and two, the parents probably can't afford that backpack. Just worry about him, focus on him, get him settled down. He'll make loads of friends. Like you said, he's a good-looking boy. My son's a good-looking lad as well. He'll get loads of girlfriends, and that will be more of your worries than a backpack. I'll probably be in the same shoes as Maleficent in a couple of years. I say a couple, in about 2 years. My son will be leaving secondary school and moving into college or sixth form. I really don't know what he wants to do. I don't even know whether there is a specialist college for kids with autism. I mean, he's not that bad, do you know what I mean? Like, he talks, he communicates. He only really talks to people he knows. I know he likes girls because he's always on his phone. He's worse than me, man. He's always on the phone. I'm like, what you doing? And then he pulls a face, which I know that face because I used to pull that face when I was, checking girls out. He's got this slight smile. That's what he's got. So, yeah, he's got to go through all that. But it's not like he's actually stolen something, which has happened to somebody on Confessions.
Confessions, the church. Red, it's the priest. A click to cleanse or fuel the beast.
Here we have it on today's confession. It's all about stealing. What? This has been put up by somebody called Weekly Custard, obviously on the Reddit forum. Those who are new going, where's he getting all his source from? It's from Reddit, guys. It's the only thing I can pull off. I can't talk about my life for a full 30 minutes or 40, or even, I don't know how long this podcast episode's going to be. I'll find out when I end it. It's been put up by, I can't even say the words right, put up by Weekly Custards, as I said. I've got my own confession. I haven't properly washed, guys. I can't even believe I've said that to you. I literally woke up, used the toilet, as you do, brushed my teeth, washed my face. I normally have a shower. I haven't had a shower this morning. The reason, I had one last night. The reason I haven't had a shower this morning, which I normally do, that's my routine, because I'm going to do some painting. So I thought, what's the point of me having a shower when I've got to go upstairs and paint? And I'm going to get paint all over me anyway. And I'm wearing fresh clothes, so don't even think I'm wearing manky clothes. Why did I tell you that? I don't know. I really don't know. It's just a confession for myself. So let's do the proper one again.
Confessions, the church. Red, it's the priest. A click to cleanse or fuel the beast.
That's it. Here we go. Right, this one has been put up by Weekly Custard, as we said. Their confession is, my mother made me steal things, including free stuff in brackets. How do you steal free stuff? When I was a child, that's mental. Their mother made them steal things. How does a parent make you steal things? I hope Maleficent isn't thinking, oh, I could get my son to nick a backpack. How do you make your child steal things? Has my parents ever made me steal anything? I'm trying to think. No, they haven't. I mean, I've confessed this before. I have stolen stuff from a shop, another shop. I was a kid. I used to steal sweets when we had our own shop, and I could have just steal sweets from there. So, no, my parents never made me steal anything. There's a lot of stealing going on. I don't want to dig in too much about this, but if you're a comedian, you know what I'm talking about. And we'll leave that bit there. So, yes, Weekly Custard is saying I was between 6 to 9 years old. Happy birthday. I did not realise at the time, other than being ashamed, but she did say I had to do it. So I must have deemed it okay. One time, we had just left a drugstore and she sent me back in in order to grab as many free samples of shower gel that were placed near the exit. I went to the dentist yesterday. I'm just talking to myself now. I saw 3 samples of Colgate. I really wanted one. I was looking at it and I was going, oh, I could do with that. That's a good travel size, that. If I ever had to stay in a hotel or go on holiday, I wanted it and I was too shy to ask for one. As I could carry, my brain could not comprehend, we're back to Weekly, why the cashier looked so disappointed and angry. The feeling was awful. Ah, bless them. Another time, she gave me a box and sent me to a neighbour's garden in order for me to steal small decorative stones. Your mum is awful. The neighbour watched me do it from her kitchen window and had the same look on her face as the cashier. Why she didn't say anything or threw me off her property, for that matter, is still beyond me. Again, this is an awful feeling, like a gut punch I did not deserve. In both cases, I initially refused, but she sort of pressured me into it. I generally remember her being a normal mother, but in these moments, when she sent me on those little missions, she had this weird and empty gaze, like a second kleptomanic personality took her over. Maybe she did. I'm not saying your mom had bipolar or she could be schizophrenic. I'm not saying that, but for you to say that she had this weird look whenever she asked me to do these mad things, it could have been that part of her. You just never knew. When you're a child, you're so innocent. Do you know what I mean? How are you supposed to know what you're doing is wrong? It's really bad, but I feel for you. Anyway, let's have a look what Weekly Custard is saying more. She also emptied my piggy bank one time and hid the money. Oh, mate. I don't know whether you're a male or a female, but that is awful. Same empty gaze when I confronted her about it. No explanation, just the slightest hint of shame. We were not a poor family, by the way. They were not well off either, but nothing that would justify doing all that. There are worse things a parent can do. Yeah, true. But it still makes me cringe to this day, and it's contributed to a disturbed relationship. Oh, I don't know what to say to you about that. Yeah, maybe your mum was going through a bad time. Or I'm not saying your grandparents did that to her, because that's what they usually say, don't they? But if you notice your mum having this weird glazy look and doing things, making you steal, yeah, pretty bad that is. It's a good confession, though. I suppose it's one way of letting it off your chest. Don't ever feel guilty that you were involved and, you know, you were just a kid. You were innocent. Children are always innocent at that age, but it's something that you will never, ever forget. I will be shortly ending this podcast episode because I think that is the end of it. Some of you are looking at the clock going, I can't believe he's only done that long. I was enjoying that. I've still got 10 minutes left on my drive to work, or your 5 minutes left on ironing. I don't know what it is you guys do when you listen to this podcast. I don't know. Most of the times when I'm listening to a podcast, I'm driving, in all honesty. I think that's probably what a lot of people are doing. Or maybe they're going for a walk and they got their headphones in and they're listening to me rambling on and on and on. I don't know. But before I do end it and do the weird news story, I was going to tell you guys about a little gig I did where I got to meet a comedian who I've been hearing loads about. I mean, this comic's been going for years. He's been going for ages. He's one of the headline circuits in the United Kingdom, but he's not actually from the UK. He's from Canada. Finally got to meet him. I've never gigged with this person, although we are mutual friends, kind of, on another Facebook group. But we've seen each other post, but we've never. I don't really add people until I've met them. That's the kind of person I am. But anyway, we got to meet each other. It was at a gig down in Cambridgeshire, like just near Cambridge. It was, what was the place called? I can't even remember. Caxton, that's it. Because it was a Caxton Art Festival. I was on the bill. It was a really strong lineup. It was Scott Bennett, who everyone already knows. There was Alistair Barry, and then obviously Glenn Wool and myself. It was the first comedy event they've had at this little mini festival in a marquee, in a car park. When they gave me the postcode, I drove into this little grove, and I was like, this looks like an old people's home. I really don't know where I am. So I came out of this drive and I thought, I bet it's further up somewhere. It's around this vicinity. That's not actually the postcode for it. I wish they mentioned that in the email. Drove up, I found a venue, lovely little marquee, nice people in there, great audience. It was like a village. Caxton is more or less a little village. All the locals are there to support it. Had a great night. Got to meet Glenn Wool, as I said. He's amazing. Wow, what a great comedian. It was lovely. And that was it. I went back home, drove safely home. Talking about driving, this is how I like to weave in stuff. This one actually involves driving. Now, they say women are bad drivers. I do not believe that. There are not many blokes who can do what the next person has done in today's weird news story. This story comes all the way from the UK. Just the head title of the story will make you say, wow. Although I've just noticed the date of the actual story, it was ages ago. I've just noticed the story. I was looking for a weird news story and I found one on Reddit and somebody put it up. It's been up there for ages, so this isn't even recent. How terrible is that? But I'm still going to do it. It was back in 2021. Oh my God. Let's just do the story now. I've committed to it, and you guys got to go and do your own stuff. A woman delivered her own baby in a car. A woman delivered her own baby in her car. I know. That is weird. You know, the weirdest thing about it is she was travelling at 60 miles an hour. Who is this woman? Is she like Wonder Woman? Is she Catwoman? Is she... I don't know what are the heroic female superheroes are there? Or superheroine. What do you call them? I don't know. I don't care. Chiara Mazzetti, her name is. Was she driving a Maserati? Chiara Maserati was just minutes away from a hospital in Cumbria when her baby suddenly popped out. Just popped out. You know, like a little fart. You know, like when you're driving and you do a little cheeky fart. Maybe that's what she thought she was doing, and then the baby just went... She didn't even know she was pregnant. Well, she did know because she was driving to the hospital, wasn't she? Let's find out what this mad story is about. I mean, although I think it was ages ago, maybe I'm wrong. God knows. But let's have a look. A woman gave birth to a daughter at 60 miles per hour as a partner sped through flooded roads trying to reach a hospital in Cumbria. Chiara Mazzetti, who's 28 years old, happy birthday, was just minutes away from Furness General Hospital when baby Sienna, I like that name, popped out as a partner James, who's 32, happy birthday mate, rounded a roundabout. Throughout the 45-minute journey from their home in Windermere, the car had to repeatedly stop their car to check that they could make it through the flooded roads. Sienna was born at R3 on the 24th of February, 4 days after me. Way. Weighing 8 pounds, is doing really well, her parents said despite her dramatic delivery. Miss Mazzetti described the moment she gave birth to a second child in the passenger seat of the couple's BM3 series. We were about 10 minutes from the hospital when my waters broke. I knew the birth was going to happen pretty quick. About 5 minutes later, head started coming out. I had to sit up in the chair, take my seatbelt off and pull my legs down. She just fell out and I had to catch her in my arms. She added the chaos ensued when Sienna was born, 2.5 hours after her contractions. We'd been trying to stay calm through the journey, but when she started coming out, we were screaming. When we got to the hospital, my partner ran out without any shoes or socks because he took them off to test the flood waters. He told them what had happened. The midwives ran out. They couldn't believe I've given birth in a moving car. Miss Massetti joked to the midwives that she had done their job for them. She was then taken to the hospital on a wheelchair, where she delivered the placenta and was kept for 12 hours of observation before being discharged. Sienna is doing really well and is the most chilled out baby, which is shocking considering her entrance. Miss Massetti said Mr. Spence described his daughter's birth as intense. I bet it was, mate. You were crapping yourself. When the baby came out, there were 3 people screaming in the car. Myself, Chiara, and the baby that had just been born. I didn't keep calm at all. It was the most intense experience of my life, but worth it to see Sienna. The couple say their first child's birth began prematurely while they were attending a wedding in Manchester, so they weren't surprised the second child's birth also proved eventful. There we have it. That was today's weird news story, although it was posted in 2021. Do you want to know what's really weird? I feel like I've already done this weird news story. Honestly, I've got a really strong feeling I've already read it. Now, the only reason I'm saying this is because I asked Google to give me a latest weird news story, and it pulled up this one. And I know I've done it before, and I must have done it back in 2021. Oh, well, that's a recap, and this is the end of the recap of the podcast. If you hated this podcast, don't tell anyone, but if you enjoyed it, then tell the world.